So, although I have a quirky title, my topic is quite serious. It's to try and draw attention to the excessive waste produced by the global fashion industry. Human waste, but particularly this evening, material waste. And maybe to suggest other ways of being fashionable which does not create more and does not create excess. And this other way is based on the relationships we have with fashion as clothing. The relationships we all have with clothing, we all wear clothes, we're all sitting here wearing clothes, thankfully, and we all have strong relationships with pieces of clothing, or can do. So my pitch is to think about fashion which is really valuing those emotional relationships, is encouraging us to buy less, to be more mindful about our purchasing, and not to throw things away before they're used up. The global fashion industry is very, very image-based. It offers us looks to make us look taller, slimmer, younger, sexier, or so it purports, but really what it's doing, as we know, is trying to sell more clothes. But that really isn't the only way, and there are some interesting initiatives inside the industry itself. For example, a few years ago, the CEO of Laura Piana, the high-end cashmere company, offered the term permanent fashion for a fashion which was buying higher quality items but buying fewer of them, and this is not unfamiliar to us. But it also doesn't have to be that we all have to spend thousands of dollars on an item of clothing. There are actually a number of initiatives going around with the same sort of ideology, and I just want to mention one or two of them. At Parsons, where I work, we're involved in a global initiative called Local Wisdom, which is based on interviewing ordinary people, getting their stories, capturing the stories about their clothes, taking pictures of them, the way they remake clothes, the way they use them, the way they value their clothes, under a subtype of the craft of use. In mainland China, a fashion designer called Mark Kerr is doing something very similar, collecting clothes and stories. In London, or in England rather, there's one example is a knitwear designer called Amy Twigger, who has a scheme called Keep and Share, where she's producing knitted garments which are sized to fit not just one person, but can be worn by different sized people, with the intention that the garments are shared, they're passed on, they're reconfigured, mended by the wearers. In this country, in Florence, Alabama, the fashion textile designer Natalie Chanin, also called Alabama Chanin, has been reviving the lost local textile industry, producing garments made by local women using recycled fabrics as a way of valuing local traditions and the handmade, and also she's producing do-it-yourself kits. Do-it-yourself also seems to be a huge movement now. Young people particularly are interested in skills like knitting, mending, sewing, many of which they're learning from the internet. So there is a sea change. And as we know, things that we make ourselves, we do value more. They do create more human relationships. So I talk about this as an academic, I write about this, but I'd be really interested in capturing these initiatives much more, maybe in something like a documentary film. I'd also like to see new ways in the industry of engendering fashion and being fashionable, maybe more service-based than product-based. Eileen Fisher, for example, has been offering repair services for their items that they sell from 2007. So there are initiatives afoot in the industry. So my pitch is not only for the tree huggers, you can continue hugging those trees, but hug a sweater as well. And if there's somebody nice wearing it, it's even better. Thank you.